Ghostly, haunting, chilling to the bone. Paranormal at Dusk was born from an insatiable curiosity to explore the unknown. Our quest is to unveil the mysteries that lie beyond the mundane, and I'm inviting you, along with a few friends, to join me on this thrilling journey. Happy haunting.
Hello, fellow ghouls, goblins, and ghosts. Today we're going to delve into a fun and spooky holiday known as the Night of Witches, or Walpurgis Night, which is tonight. Walpurgis Night, also fondly known as the Night of Witches, is a long-standing traditional holiday that is celebrated on April 30th and sometimes into the next day. It's observed throughout Northern and Central Europe in countries such as the Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, Finland, Austria, and more. This holiday, like many, has its origins in ancient pagan fertility rites and is the celebration of spring's arrival, which is something we touched on in our last episode when we talked about the origins of Easter, if you're interested in checking that out. This particular pagan holiday is called, let me try this, Walpurgis Night. And its definition is the eve of May Day, on which witches are held to ride to an appointed rendezvous. Fun fact, Bram Stoker's Dracula kicks off around Walpurgis Night, which is one of my favorite classics. The story starts with Jonathan Harker journeying to Transylvania to meet Dracula, which is when Stoker introduces us to the supernatural folklore and ambiance linked to Walpurgis Night. Walpurgis Night has kind of merged with Walpurgis Night, which is a Christian holiday celebrating Saint Walpurga, who is an 8th century nun from England and who went to Germany to help spread Christianity with her uncle Saint Boniface. Christians admired her for her great power to guard against pests, illnesses, and believe it or not, witchcraft. Walpurga is linked to May 1st because a medieval story says she was made a saint on that day in 870 AD. Walpurgis Night is celebrated the night before her feast day, so because the dates of the pagan celebration and the honoring of the saint coincidentally land on the same day, the two became associated, making it so that the people of those regions could celebrate both holidays as one. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. I'm not sure how they decided that merging a holiday that involves celebrating witches and one honoring a nun against witchcraft made any sense, but here we are. I'm not really sure when the merging occurred, so I can't really comment any further, but it's certainly intriguing. So what does the Night of Witches entail? Interestingly, it shares many traits with Samhain, which is the origin of Halloween, or All Hallows Eve. Both occasions are thought to be moments when the veil between the living and the dead is thin or lifted. The Night of the Witches is a merry evening filled with festivities, bonfires, and singing traditional spring folk songs. In some places, celebrators practice scaring away malevolent spirits by creating boisterous sounds or presenting offerings to ghostly hounds. Can you imagine, prepping in your kitchen for the arrival of a giant hellhound? No big deal. There's actually a staple treat that they offered, which is bread, butter, and honey. When it comes down to it, many customs linked to this night were initially meant to repel ghostly creatures. So all that loud, cheerful noise that feels joyous in today's modern celebrations were originally meant to ward off evil. The songs were meant to uplift and bring light. Yet these days, the fright is almost forgotten in a sense, as partygoers tend to celebrate the delight rather than fear of evil witches and spirits. For those of you who might consider yourselves a little more daring, and who maybe would prefer inviting said spirits to play, you could join the revelers who gather in the woods, who dress up as witches. I mean, to me, that seems like a pretty memorable way to enjoy the spooky side of life, and that's definitely where you'd find me should I ever decide to participate. Actually, if I were really brave, I think I'd travel to Mount Brocken in Germany to see if I might catch any of the witches believed to gather there, forming their evil plans. Whether you happen to be a witch or simply have a fondness for all things spooky and frightening, don't let this opportunity to celebrate the Night of Witches slip through your fingers this year. Tonight's the night, my fiends. And hey, don't forget to hit that follow button and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing facts and stories about folklore, myths, and all things ghostly, haunting, and chilling to the bone. Thanks for listening, and hope you have a fantastic time catching the Night of Witches. Until next time, happy haunting!